Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Philippa Lee. This is my husband Boogs, otherwise known as Andrew.
G'day.
And we have Marley here as well, the puppy. We call her the hunting hound. We have a few different things that we do. For those of you who haven't met us, I'm a clairvoyant medium, and we also do ghost hunts and various things. We call Marley the hunting hound. And what I do tonight is read for you live. And I've got a few questions to start, which is great. We've got some people coming on now. Hi there, Nisha. So welcome everybody. What we do tonight is I'll read people for about 45 minutes to an hour. I just sort of see how I feel. I've got a few people I've pre-looked at on this, because we've done it a few times now. But I wanted to mention a few things, and we'll be doing a meditation at the end. I've called that a love meditation. So this will be sending love out into the world without an agenda. I was going to do a world peace one, but that's sort of a bit of an agenda, world peace. So I thought we'll just do love. Anyway, that one's a pretty, that's a lovely one. It's a pretty one that I visualised this morning for you all. And for us as well. We do the meditation as I say it. So what I do is a mix of what they call mediumship, which is reading people or seeing people from the other side. I started this about 30 years ago, reading for other people, because it happens to me anyway, but I also see images of the future for people or about their lives. So you can certainly start asking questions now. Hi Anne, good to see you as well. Denise, hi. Where was I? So I wanted to talk about that a little bit, about the future, because people come into a reading when it comes to the future as fortune telling and a bit of fun, which is fine, or things that are set and that are just going to happen no matter what. That isn't the case. And I don't know if you've heard of Dr. Carl Jung, J-U-N-G, but he is definitely, hi Karen, he is a wonderful fellow to look up, Dr. Carl Jung. I'll post a couple of things, as I usually do, in the comments on these people, and I will start reading for you in a few minutes. But he was one of the fathers of psychiatry. He was actually Freud's student, if you've heard of Freud, Freudian slip, things like that. Anyway, there's a quote I wanted to tell you all from Carl Jung. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So that's hopefully what I get to do in readings, is uncover a bit of that and look at intent. Just turning the heater off there, getting all hot. And we talked about something last week as well, which relates to, or last time we spoke a month ago, which relates to the meditation, which is Dr. Dean Radin, PhD. His quote from a lot of science experiments he's doing in the lab: consciousness is an active participant in reality. So basically we're creating our future, and hubby and I were talking about this the other day after we did a stage show and like 25 private reads in a couple of days. So we were pretty in tune, and he was saying, yes, we create our future like we usually do, and I just heard this voice that said, no, we're all creating your future. So that was interesting. We're all creating your future, to the individual at the end there. So I'll let you ponder that as well. So we have our website, thespiritualtourist.com.au. We're actually in the midst of switching everything to non-profit. Okay, so basically private readings for now are booked up, but you're welcome to go on the waiting list from the contact us page at thespiritualtourist.com.au. We'll have the free lives. The next one's in August, and then I'll have October, November, December, I believe I'll be doing the lives. And there'll be other ways to access us and me for readings that we'll create along the way this year as well. And we're actually going to make it non-profit. I'm not quite sure what we'll be giving money to yet, but definitely want to switch that up. Long story short, we're going to be putting our next stage show, which is the 8th of September, which is North Ryde RSL, if you're in Sydney, Australia, at 8 p.m. on the 8th of September. That's $26 each, and all those funds will go to creating this non-profit, because it actually takes a few $1,000s and a bit of time and to make that a legal entity. So that'll be really good. And then your reading and private readings will actually be going to a cause and not to us. So, hey, something a little bit different. All right, so let's get into the reading side of things. Hubby's looking at your comments. I can't always see the comments. I like to get validations from you as well. I've got a couple I'm going to start, but hubby's already writing them down. We love Boogs. It's B-O-O-G-S. He always says at the beginning of a stage show, long story short, that's his nickname. We'll tell you someday. We'll make an expose on your nickname. Special little bit or something. Okay, so I wanted to start with Jenny Fullett Barrett. I'm not sure if you're on, Jenny, but give us a hi if you are. And she asked the question, will the book I'm writing take off? So I saw a garden and a lot of contemplation. It's a beautiful garden. It's got hanging things in it, hanging pots. It's got stone fairies. Gosh, it's got some fountains as well. So I'm not sure if you literally sit in this garden. Please let us know any validations when you get this, Jenny. I see to do with your book, I mean, you haven't given me any information about the book, which is really great. So I can validate that for you. I saw health as a theme, so I'm not sure how you or what you're doing with that. I'm seeing a fiction as well. I'm seeing many avenues for publishing. And you're still in the writing phase, basically, and just really deciding what you want to do. And this relates back to what we were talking about just before with creating our own fate. Definitely, I know I've done over 50,000 readings for people in this context, publicly or on stage or in private or just in passing. And we definitely can influence the future. We can't necessarily create that Mercedes necessarily, because it is everybody creating our fate. And I don't think we can all sustain the planet with everyone having a Mercedes. So there is a bigger picture, which some call karma, which is to be looked at as well. But I see you, in regard to you, Jenny, just basically following your intuition. And I'm seeing the media change. I mean, this is something I've seen in my business as well. Things are going online. And even with a Hay House submission that I'm doing this year, it's definitely an online presence is important to them in regard to winning that submission. So everything's changing. They call it the fangs of business that have turned every model upside down, which is Facebook, Amazon, and whatever the other ones stand for. So that's your answer, Jenny. I'm not sure if she came on at all, did she?
Who?
Jenny Fullett Barrett. If you do get online and just interact with us even afterwards, I can talk to you on the comments afterward, okay? And that's one reason I'm spacing them out, just because I'm also really busy, but at the same time just want to answer as many as you can, so I will get on comments here and there after tonight. So we've got Maria Stavrakis, who I've been meaning to answer for quite some time, I think a few sessions now. I don't know if you're online, Maria. Hi. I see there's lots online, so that's great to see you all. And she's asked whether financially be okay after our project is finished. Okay, look, I do see a man involved with this. I also see a son to you, Maria. I don't know whether I've read you before. At this point, I get a thing that John Edward calls medium eager. So I don't really remember things. I'll tell you if I do, but I really don't, Maria. I'm sorry. But I'm seeing that there's renovations to do with you as well. Maria, I don't think you're online, but I'm seeing, look, a wall being built. It's almost like it's been constructed from the bottom up. So this to me looks like an outside wall, so cement and things like that to do with that, Maria. This tells me, yes, you'll be financially okay. People who don't have money aren't doing that, okay, to their place, renovating. All right, so that's in your future. So get back to us, Maria, definitely on the comments if you're watching another time. I think I saw Pam Webb. Has she had a question? Yeah.
Yes, here
Okay.
from Mum or Brother.
Okay, because I'd actually noted your question, Pam. So hi, Pam. Hi, Christine. Hi, everyone else. Okay, Pam. So you wanted to. This is a little bit different to the last two questions. So this is more wanting to hear from loved ones who've passed. Look, if you haven't had this sort of thing or seen someone on the TV or myself, it can be in-laws as well that come through for me. Look, just because your question is to do with your brother and your mum, there might be other things that come through, okay? But I was picking up a lot on the name Marie, okay? And how I heard that name, my process can sometimes be symbolism. It's usually literal. But I kept seeing Marie Antoinette, so I'm not sure if that's to do with you specifically or if it's just to get to the name Marie. Okay, so Marie Antoinette. So it's spelled M-A-R-I-E. Is something to do with you, Pam Webb, for some reason. If you can give us any validators. Okay, now I'm going to specifically look at your question. Okay, so you want to hear from your brother and your mum. Look, they're definitely in the light, okay? That's often a question that people wonder. I'm also seeing an older male to mum. I would assume this is her father that has passed. He's nodding his head. But please do validate for us, Pam. I'm seeing that some health issues. I'm not sure if this was around your grandfather or your mum, but there's something around knowing when someone was going to pass, okay? So I'm not sure how you relate to that. Hi, Alison. Hi, Tanya. Hayley. Sorry to interrupt, Pam. So I see there that, look, there's also, there's the month of March been important to do with either your brother or your mum or that grandfather I mentioned, your mum's father. Okay, I'm also seeing an overseas connection with that. I'd love to keep interacting with you on this, Pam. I know there's a bit of a lag, so you're probably hearing me 20 seconds before we get your comment. But if you can just tell us in regard to those couple of points, I'm going to write them down because I like to find everything before we finish the session. A bit like a stage show. Okay, I do this in a stage show. I write everything down. Okay, so there was an overseas connection and the month of March. Okay, so if you can get back to us on that, okay. I wanted to just quickly look at Raihannan Mueller and Sarah Walker, and then I'm going to go into your lives, okay? But we'll sit with you, Pam, for a minute as well, if you want to talk to us. So Raihannan asked, will her home business progress further than just a side gig? Now, I do remember that I'd read Raihannan when she asked that, and this is quite a few sessions ago, so I wanted to get to this question for her. And it had come up that she had a home business that was a side gig. Okay, so I've got a little bit of logical going into this reading. I definitely see the regular job, but I know I talked about that last time. And I also see promotion. I'm not sure if that was in the last reading you had, Raihannan, but definitely there's promotion in there. So I'm actually seeing that when you are able or you feel motivated, like just it repeats in your mind to look at the creative thinking in regard to your business, your home business, then yes, because I'm seeing it will be more, but maybe see where the focus lands right now, as work and the regular job looks delightfully abundant. Was the wording that I felt with that. So I mean, the traditional gypsy answer would be maybe later for the home business, but look, it's actually free will and choice. It's, if you want to push for that, you could definitely make that more, but I just would, you know, just don't run off and leave the day job, because I'm seeing promotion around that as well. Okay, so, and just lastly, before we go into the live readings, we've got Sarah Walker. She's in America. She comes on a fair bit. I've read her here and there, okay, so I haven't really given her a full private reading or anything, but it's worked a gem. I know she's looking for a job, and I actually made her wait till this video so we could make it public. But I saw a couple of images for her to do with that when she was just stressing out about it, okay, so material things, you know, not unimportant at all. You can ask anything you like on these questions. It's definitely us having to be here and be in reality, okay? But I saw a back room for you, Sarah. Basically, I'm not sure if this is some sort of store, because I didn't see the front side of things, but it's in the back part of a warehousey looking place, but I don't think it's a warehouse. I think it's got a shop front and it's quite large, okay? It looks like it's a really large back room to me, okay? It's huge. I don't know how many meters, feet, gosh, 200 feet across, very large. But it has wooden shelves, okay, so I'm seeing you in a moment in time where there's these wooden shelves there, gosh, they're about that far apart. and they've got black metal joins, so poles, okay, and basically there's a red bucket. These shelves are actually a little bit empty where you're at and a little bit dustier. It's like you're now infiltrating that area to make it your space and you've got this job. Okay, so I'm not sure what would involve a huge storefront and a back room, but there's a red bucket, okay, in this moment in time. I read for Sarah before, like I said, just randomly, and I saw her with a new love interest. Was her question was love, and then putting her shoe on her knee being tender. Unfortunately, she did hurt her knee a few months later. I think it took 6 months to meet the new person for her, but that moment in time did happen, and her new girlfriend put on the shoe. It's not very romantic. But I'm seeing that same sort of thing with your job, Sarah, and definitely that you will have one. Look, keep looking, look wherever your intuition says beyond what I've described. Look, there's a little bit more for you, okay? There's usually a little bit more, and I'd love to hear back from you if you've been thinking about this. And look, you know, it's a situation where you can't say, hey, that's a bit private, so I hope I am always doing the right thing in regard to that. But I do see you potentially moving, Sarah. Okay, I see you moving in with your lover. I see this happening maybe whenever you guys decide, okay? But I'm seeing you with boxes. Next image I saw was getting the job, you know, everything's sorted. You looked pretty happy there. I think your knee looked a lot better. I'm not medically trained, you know, don't overdo it, but you looked a lot better than what you've been describing of having that pain. I don't think it was there, okay? So do this when you're ready as well. And look, there might be a bit of going back and forward as to when you go to work. Okay, it could be another little while, and maybe there's a bit more medical to look at with that. Just honestly, if there's any sort of pain you think is unnecessary, go back to the doctor and maybe get a bit longer. Look, I'm not going to say what you should do there, but I do see you back at work at the right timing in that red bucket for some reason on the sort of half-empty shelf, and it's a bit dusty and you're cleaning it up. Okay, maybe that's what the bucket's for, I'm not sure. But I see that move potentially after that. I just sort of saw that image next, and with that I saw a lot of boxes. Okay, I saw you actually packing up 4 or 5 boxes that you may not use right now, but definitely keeping out some games and some different things like that. Look, it's really up to you. Like I said about timing, I just think your new relationship has a lot of potential, but not to put any pressure on anybody. That looks really good. So get back to us, Sarah. Okay, so we're going to go into the live ones, and I want to keep an eye on if Pam Webb comes on. Do you know if Pam Webb's seen anything?
Pam Webb. Yeah.
What's she?
Here from Mum and Brother.
Oh, okay, so that's that one. Hopefully get back to us, Pam. I'm trying to go through readings quickly. When you're online, I will interact with you a little bit more and for a bit longer. Mm-hmm. Okay, so...
here's a good one here. I'll let you have a look.
All right. Oh, okay. I'm just going to go from the top, all right? So I'm going to take off this piece of paper so you can keep going, honey, okay, and just try and interact with validations. I've got quite a few questions here, so keep asking, though. Like I said, I will come back on comments if I run out of time tonight. Okay, so we've got Jude Strong. How much settlement will be? Interestingly enough, I had this card, which I used as a bookmark. And I've opened it up as I'm going to be answering your question, Jude. So that's interesting. This is the card of money and a lump sum of money. This is good news. Okay, very good news. I invented my own system of playing cards, but I don't generally do them in the live here. I do them in privates. Anyway, how much will settlement be? I keep seeing around 465. I'm not sure what that means. Hopefully that's 4 million, but I don't know if it's $465,000. Look, I have no context of that, so I'll get you to get back to us. I'm seeing something to do with, gosh, I do see a move. I'm not sure if you have kids at this point, but I see kids around you as well. So I'm going to just write a couple of notes here, okay? And if you can get back to us and interact with us, Jude, and tell us how you relate to the figure 465, okay? All right, so we've got Nisha, hear from someone who has passed. Okay, you're probably looking to hear from a specific person, but I'm going to just tap in general, okay? Look, I do feel a younger male. I'm not sure if this is who you're wanting to hear from. Younger male, to my perception, is just before their time. I keep hearing the number 54 for some reason. I'm not sure if that is an age or a year. Okay, so like 1954. Sometimes people relate back to me it was an address, but I feel this is more to do with the year or an age. So how do you relate to the 54? And look beyond perhaps who you're expecting to hear from. Sometimes it's just not quite like Google, and we'll see. Okay, I trust this is a pretty out there way to do this because I'm just telling you all without having you there, and it's a wonderful experience. It's worked so far. So you're talking here, Nisha, about your ex. Okay, so yeah, so is that who you expected to hear from? But how do you relate to the 54? That's really interesting. I feel there's other people around you as well. So that's pretty hard when you lose an ex. Definitely right there, okay? I'm seeing a lot of love for you, okay? Yeah, the younger male, yeah, definitely. So I want to connect with the younger male around you a bit more so, Nisha. He definitely, that's a hard one to see, and that's interesting that he pushed forward anyway. Very brave that he is. He's telling me it's beautiful on the other side. I don't know if he was a little bit of a, I wouldn't say, I'm trying to find a word. I don't know if he was a little bit, I don't know, not straight down the line, as it were, if he liked to have a bit of fun. But definitely he's in the happy place, the light-filled place. I see a dog there as well. I'm not sure if that is to do with Jesse, your ex-fiancé that passed, or whether that's to do with yourself, but there's a dog as well, and that number 54 we'd love to hear back as well. But I do see, and perhaps you had a disconnection with him before he passed, Nisha. He apparently follows you. Okay, this is a really interesting point, Nisha, because they do be around us, our loved ones who've passed, and they do connect with us, but there is what I call a privacy act, and in my over 50,000 readings, it's definitely not looking in our bedroom or bathroom window. I know he wishes you well to do with love, Nisha. I'm not sure what your situation is at the moment or how long ago this was. I mean, you're a tiny little picture. I can see an arm. But so I've no idea the context of you. But that's really great validation that he's around you, because he's just come straight through when you asked in general to hear from someone from the other side. So if you can let us know what the 54 is around. Look, if you're not quite sure, get back to us later. Do you know if we've heard back from Jude at all about the settlement?
Jade Strong.
Oh, Jade Strong, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it said Jude.
It's probably more like 46,500.
Ah.
Tiny money, and I spent most of our money. I'm hoping the future is more exciting than where I am at least.
Okay, so you validated the figure though. It's more like 46,500. Look, we were talking about this just before, money being relative. And it is, and I can understand your situation. Material things do matter. But at the end of the day, I'm seeing you with enough, Jade. I'm seeing you with enough to get through. I feel like you probably feel like you're not getting what you should, okay, or that this has disadvantaged you to do with whatever the settlement was for. But definitely, it's a situation where you can move on now, okay? So I saw kids as well. I'm not sure if she mentioned maybe a move in that, or if she's looking to move. If you let us know, Jade, a couple of other bits that came up around you, okay? But I'm really glad you've validated that figure for us, because there is a lot of hope for you. You've got not necessarily a brand new start, but definitely having a look at moving on from whatever's happened. A really great affirmation would be, I lovingly let go of the past, just for now. So you're divorced with the yes and the 2 children. So I saw the kids, okay, so we validated that. And I love doing this live Facebook, because I've got no context of you at all. And it's so validating that our loved ones are around us. I do feel an older male to you, Jade, around you, even though you haven't come in asking about this sort of thing. They'll always push in now I've opened the door. I feel he's either a grandfather, but he's older, okay? I don't know if he's 80 or 90, but he's old, very old. He passed when he was old. But he's around you giving you a lot of love as well. And I'm feeling someone from your ex-partner's side of things as well, to do with someone who's passed. And there's also a female here that I'm actually seeing being a little bit helpful to do with that. So I'm not sure if this is your ex's mum still here. You moved last year. Okay, so you moved on from that divorce perhaps, because I saw that period, and then you've got this settlement. Look, ultimately, take it and move on is my advice. Definitely. Oh, thanks, Brian. Hi. Sorry to interrupt our outfit, Jade, but Brian was on a few weeks ago and we looked at curses and disproved them. Yay. So that was great. Definitely the power of thought is quite amazing, and in groups like we're going to do at the meditation at the end if you want to stay or watch back later when you've got a moment to do that. Definitely works, but curses themselves are just that. Okay, they're just the power of thought. Anyway, we'll keep going. So a lot of validation there from you, Jade. I'm not going to rule out another move further down the track. I'm not sure if you own. Okay, but I'm seeing a little bit of remodeling to do with even the aesthetics of your place. So yeah, the evil eye you had, Brian. But you didn't. Anyway, so look, it's a really positive new beginning for you. And I'm seeing opportunities for you to do with the kids and a lot of happiness and joy. I'm seeing another man around. So look, if you're not with someone at this point, Jade, there's a definite yes on that as well. And I'm seeing him fit, healthy. I'm seeing him maybe 40. Look, I'm guessing. Don't be offended if he's a bit younger, or, you know, maybe he'll be complimented. But he looks pretty cool, and he's got a son. I'm not sure if he's got other kids. So, okay, so you don't own the property at the moment, Jade. Look, I'm seeing that potential because I'm seeing you doing things to do with the place. So, look, keep going, honey. It's just around the corner. Definitely going to be in the next little while, even up to 6 months, because I've seen it without you asking that. You've just asked about a settlement and then got all this other information, okay? So, Nisha, did she get back to us at all?
Nisha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grandmother, something about that when you were talking.
Oh, okay, so that was the 54, I think.
54,
You're validating
yeah,
Nisha for the grandmother.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. So I ticked things off as I found them. Do you know if Pam Webb came back?
I didn't.
Okay. All right. Sometimes we don't get all the comments. Look, it has preferred that I've put as the setting. I may just put it so that we see everything. You're welcome, Jade. It's a pleasure. I'm very excited about tonight. It's been a little while. It's been a month, I think. So I might change that setting, but ultimately, you know, we'll do our best to get to everyone. If you haven't been answered in like a week, just ask again, perhaps, or inbox us, and I'll get that definitely. All right, so we had Karen Hatting. I believe I met you at a show, Karen, from memory. I don't remember at all anything to do with reading you, okay, which is a good thing, so you're getting a fresh start. And you talked about your dad passed a few months ago. So I'm seeing this question for the first time, by the way. My husband's writing them down, and this is his sheet of paper. So you're feeling down. And is he and Mum happy around her? I'm learning how he's writing. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to focus on your dad. I can't read all of that, but that's all right.
She added extra bits, so
Oh, that's all good. That's all good. So Karen. All right, Karen. I'm seeing a number 3. For some reason, I feel this is around your dad. I'm not sure if it was the 3rd of a month or March somehow. Look, feeling down is very normal to do with grieving. Okay, it's something that I've personally experienced and I've felt along with a lot of people. I did 25 readings the other weekend and had a good cry during and after that. But it's something that cleanses, it helps us. So definitely let yourself cry, Karen. Okay, let that happen. I feel that you would have felt him around you. He's showing me your house, I believe. I'm not sure what it looks like on the outside, but I'm seeing brown timber. Look, tell me where this house is. It's brown timber bits around the doors. We have it, but they're painted. These aren't necessarily painted, they're wood. Okay, so I'm not sure if your dad did things like that or made things like that or who that was around. Okay, so I'm going to put the doorways here. I'll just start writing things down. And then I do see a lot of kindness around either his passing or someone else that you know, okay? So I'm seeing someone sitting with someone passing, all right? And I believe this would be yourself, Karen. So I would ask you the question, do you sit with your mum or your dad to do with that? What else am I going to get here? So interact with us, Karen. Like, I'm seeing an open field. I feel like he's telling me about this place, okay? And he's talking about interactions, you know, with the family and who's here. So I'm not sure if you have a brother or brother-in-law as well. And he's talking about, I'm not sure if you still discussing what's happening with everything, or if, I don't know if he owned a home or what, if it's just about things, okay? So I'm seeing pictures and going through things. So did this involve the sale of a house or somewhere that he'd been for a while with mum? I'd ask you. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm sitting with your parents to do with this. Definitely got other people around them as well. I'm not sure if you've had an uncle pass. So I'll put that there. So you mentioned there, I think I've just seen that you've had family issues since February. So that's perhaps the... look, he's talking about March for some reason. Okay, so keep thinking about March. Look, it can be upcoming as well. But I'm not sure if something came to a bit of a head to do with that in March, or... because he was talking about the family issues in March more so. Okay? Look, it could mean it's something that turns around by March. This is a fair way away, but I do see a potential for resolution. The other side are always a bit biased for that. Definitely. So I'm seeing you look at a picture. There's a few pictures. I'm seeing one that is mum and dad. I don't know if she had shorter hair when she was younger. Okay. Okay, so your brother looked after dad. Okay, so Karen's talking here. My brother looked after dad when mum passed away 2 years ago, and he passed away early this year. Okay. So that's your brother he's talking about, and to do with someone sitting with him. But I saw you there as well. And I'm not sure if there's a sister or sister-in-law. There's quite a few of you around. But that kindness would be around your brother. Okay, so I'm seeing that there's, even though there may be family issues, and maybe we don't want to go too deep in a public session, but I'm seeing that there's a lot of love coming from your mum and dad. They're in the light. There's this field that I mentioned earlier. It seems to be where they are, so I'm not sure if they actually live there in reality. Sometimes people give me that validation, but it's like one of their afterlives, their heavens. And it's them on this chair, okay, it swings, and it looks out over a meadow almost, but it has things around it. So you're feeling haunted is how I'd say that. Karen, she's just mentioned that she feels haunted since February. Okay, different issue. I'm seeing your dad doing things around the house and your mum. Okay, I'd love to chat to you a bit more offline about that. But I do feel that there's something to do with pictures moving, if you can validate that. Because I saw this picture with mum and dad and something having changed around that. Looks like a portrait picture. Sometimes they take that from a full body, but it looks like a portrait picture. And it's them, their two faces, you know, looking at the camera, and they're quite young. So I'd assume they were married for quite some time. I'm not sure how you relate to the number 43. Okay, I'm not quite sure of your age, Karen. Like I said, your tiny little faces in the phone, and it just looks like a beautiful place where they are. It's just gorgeous. I'm seeing them dancing. Did they dance when they were younger together? Because I'm seeing them dancing in the afterlife. It's an interesting and fascinating subject to me. That's why I read for you all, getting that validation of the afterlife. Because if I was just sitting here on my own, you know, who have I got to validate all these things with, and what I see. But definitely, if you can give us a bit of feedback about the number 43 as well. There, Karen. Okay. They were married for 65 years. Wow. Wow, yeah, that's a long time. I don't know if 1943 is anything to do with anything, okay, but I keep being drawn to the number 43. okay, to do with your parents, okay, and that'll be a really cool validator. They did dance a lot when they were younger. Oh, that's great validations. Oh, wow. So that's wonderful validations, Karen. And it's wonderful validations for me, even though this isn't my reading and it's not for those watching either. It's, you know, I have no idea about this. This isn't about me. I have no information about anyone asking apart from the question. And definitely something that validates it all for me. Bless you, honey. Validates it all for me. Got tissues in case I get teary this time. Would you like one? No, you're good. Alright, so... Alright, well, we've read about 6 or 7 already, which is great. I'm so glad they're dancing. Yeah. So they've got all their... They're not physically unable anymore, your parents, which is lovely. And you know, your brother and that validation of the kindness and sitting and looking after your mum, I think you said, it's just gorgeous. It's something that is huge validation of that. And people say, oh, I should be doing this and that. And I say to them, look, if you're smiling and you're just trying to be kind in your day, that's what it's about. It really is what it's about. So that's beautiful validation. So get back to us about the 1943, I think, and the garden were the only 2 things there. I think the doorways as well. So we've got 3 things yet to validate with you, Karen, but we did validate, I think, 5 or 6 things. So that's wonderful. Okay, let's have a look here. Oh, we did that one. What was this question, honey, from Vicky?
Career or relationship?
No, the one above it.
Oh, 9 years. Will her man commit?
Okay, so Vicky Webster. Love this question. And I see Mary's got a question there. Hi, Mary. Haven't talked to Mary or read Mary for ages, so you're getting a turn. Okay, I'm just going to write down your question and about partner. All right, Karen's going to get back to us about the other things. Okay. See, I'm not sure. They sound like they'd be older than that, Karen, in regard to 1943, but just see where that lands. Definitely something around that. I think you had an uncle in there as well. So, Vicky Webster, 9 years. Will my man commit? Reminds me of that show, Guys and Dolls. I don't know if any of you show my age with that. Anyways, I won't talk about the musical. But definitely something that is down to free will and choice. Look, with this particular question, I will tap in and we'll see what comes up. I can't choose for the people in the reading, but I can definitely read it. Look, I'm not sure if he is into man stuff, your fellow Vicky. I'm seeing a motorbike, perhaps a car being redone. It looks to me like it's an older... I don't know if it's an F100 even. I'm not that great on cars, but it's definitely something that is specific to an older vehicle that looks like a ute, but it's more like a truck ute. Okay, so more like your American style ute. And it may be quite swish, but see how you relate to that. Gosh, that's pretty specific actually. So if that's not your man now, it could be a prediction of one upcoming. Oh gosh, it has happened. So I'll let you tell us, Vicky. And I do see this fellow very much in love with you. Look, someone doesn't stay with you for 9 years if they're not interested in that. But in regard to committing, it looks to me like it's more like a... to do with him and perhaps his wealth, his feeling of wealth, his own childhood patterns. It goes way beyond what I'd see in a reading. Vicky, I see a lot of love there. Look, the definition of commit, I'm seeing him being just with you, Vicky. Okay, so I'm not sure what the past is about, but definitely upcoming in the future, I'm saying it just being you. Look, there's different sorts of things that we want coming into relationships, and sometimes it's marriage and sometimes it's faithfulness, and we don't want the marriage, or some people don't even want kids these days. It just depends what you both want. I'm seeing that if you want to move on, there are other opportunities for you in regard to love, but I'm seeing he's potentially committed to you in a lot of ways already. So please get back to me about that, because it's not the answer I expected for you. He doesn't have a ute. All right. Oh, gosh. All right. So there's other opportunities. Vicky, I'm not going to say he's not the one for you. I'm saying this is all back to your choice. I can't stand those readers who say he's not the one for you. Who am I to say who's for you or who isn't? If you find that he doesn't commit, say in whatever time frame that you want to say, because I'm seeing this fellow being quite a bit all over you, the one with the ute, and he's got a motorbike. He's a bloke's bloke. Someone's saying new man, lol. Yes, I believe I'm predicting a new one, but it's your choice. If you choose to be free and go out there and see what else is on offer for you, that's up to you. And there's a great affirmation, which is one I quite often give out: I say goodbye to the past and hello to love. And that will either reignite what you've got going on, or it will bring new love to you. Okay. Gosh, so a new man predicted for you. But like I said, look, if you want to work on it with him, doesn't mean he's not going to get a ute and become all blokey or something. Look, I would also ask you, and again, not having a context of you particularly, if you have a son at this point, okay, because I do see a younger male around you to do with you. So let us know, Vicky. I'll sort of tandem read as you get back to us, okay? All right, so I've got Christy Williams as well. I'm just going to write hers. And then we'll go to Mary. Love your question, Christy, but I'll just... I saw something then, but I'll write it down. Okay, Mary. Great question, Mary. Are you worried about your partner's health? Okay. Now, Mary, I'm not medically trained. It's a very difficult question to answer. Always get everything checked. I'm seeing, look, there may be a range of things you want to get checked with him, and I'm seeing him getting checked, so that's a good thing. I'm not sure if he's already a regular getting checkups type guy, your boyfriend, or your partner. I did see a flash of you actually getting married. Okay, this tells me there's a potential for him to live on. And I am seeing that being discussed. I'm definitely seeing a transition in regard to his career. Okay, so perhaps he's going to be slowing down or semi-retirement. I'm seeing a handing over of things. I'm seeing him needing to perhaps let go of that old stuff, okay? I'm seeing him very abundant, and that will continue to be so. I feel he's trained the people taking over very well, and that will be a great business. I feel like those new people have ideas as well on how to keep that business innovative, all right, because they're going to have to keep up with the times like anybody. So I would say to you, Mary, from your perspective, because you're the bystander, just always encourage him to get checks, okay, because I am seeing things being avoided or fixed to do with him medically. So I do feel he does need some attention. And I'm saying, look, a couple of doctors, I see a male. Look, I'm not sure if he's had a heart check or if he's getting anything looked at to do with that. But I do see him in very good hands to do with the medical profession, okay? So definitely always encourage him with that. I love to visualise, and I'll do it with you now, him being happy and healthy. Definitely visualising the doctors full of beans that day. They've had their coffee or whatever they need to be feeling really good, you know, on those days that they deal with your partner. And I'm seeing a lot of progress in regards to, I don't know if he's had a bit of arthritis or anything like that, but his movement improving and looking at nutrition. And look, it is a bit of an overhaul for him, but I'm seeing him wanting to go for that because of you in his life and not to do with other people. You're asking about his feet. Look, I do see the lower body as well to do with movement, okay? So I'm seeing movement improving. I'm not sure if he ever smoked or did something like that to do with circulation or what that's to do with, okay, but I see maybe a problem, like I said, with the heart or the flow. Like I said, I'm not medically trained. I don't really like to go further than that, but what I see as a psychic is definitely your wedding day. Lots of pictures, please. It's up to you whether you want to get married. I'm not sure if he's asked or talked about this at this point. It can be a bit awkward if it's not at that stage and this comes up. My husband asked me to tell him what was in a reading I did when we were still just chatting online, and I didn't want to tell him because it had marriage and everything. Anyway, he got it out of me and he's like, whoa, you're rushing me. Anyways, it all happened. He asked me. But yeah, it can be a bit... okay, so he's type 1 diabetic, so his circulation problems. I feel like it's, you know, look, it could have been to do with that nutrition. Okay, so the nutrition is really important, definitely, with the diabetes. Yeah, so it was like that. It was like something else affecting the circulation, okay, affecting the feet. So that's a huge validator. Oh, good. I'm glad you're happy about marriage, Mary, because it's just there. It's, gosh, I'm not sure if I've ever seen a dress like what you might wear. Fabulous, fabulous stuff. Just be you. It'll be absolutely a ball. A lot of energy on that wedding day, though. Okay, so take it easy. You don't have to go too big. Okay, no matter what anyone says, it's your day. I'm just going to have a drink. Lots of talking, lots of information coming through. Wow. Wow. Okay. So I do see him getting well, okay, in his feet. Definitely keep going with anything you're looking at with him, Mary. And because I see a bit of a dance at the wedding. We'll see how you go, all right? Let me know, sweetheart. All right, Christy Williams. She has an invention. Oh, wow. Congratulations, Christy. I'm dying to know, but I will not ask you because I know it's a secret. It's always a secret when it's an invention. Should you pursue a patent? Okay, I keep seeing a figure of $4,000. I have no idea how much patents cost. Last time I heard of patents was to do with a business that was patenting some water system for filtration. It was like a $90,000 thing that they were doing. You're welcome, Mary. And so I'm not sure what the $4,000 is to do with. If you can get back to us how you relate to that, Christy. I'm definitely seeing a remodelling to do with your place. So I'd say you either own or have some investment to do with owning, to do with somebody else as well. Okay, because I do see that. I'm also seeing your father. I feel him past, Christy. Okay, so I just want to look into that. I hope that's okay with you. It's a bit delayed, so you can't sort of tell me to stop, I guess. I got free reign. So, gosh. He's showing me something handed down to you, so I'm not sure if this is even a house or to do with your mum. Look, I am seeing your mum still here. I don't logically know if she is, but I'm seeing her still here. It would be a mother figure, perhaps. And definitely to do with helping you in regard to kids, okay, or your daughter, in regard to child minding, things like that. I'm seeing that, look, you work hard. It's just, you know, where you want to go with things. Look, you could definitely patent it. But I really want to know where that figure lands of 4,000. Okay, I really just want to see where that figure lands to see what that's to do with your question, because that's a key thing to do with your answer, to do with that. So let us know about your dad in regard to whether he passed anything on to you, like a house, or what that's to do with. It's not a prediction of someone else passing. It may be something that you can look at, even the equity to do with something like that, and then I'm just saying that you've got help around you, okay, that there's help around you for whatever you want to progress in. I'm saying you're progressing basically anything you want, Christy. It's just about what you want to make as your decision to do with that. I'm seeing another figure of 9,000, okay, so I'm not sure if these are different bank accounts or to do with different things that you'll be looking at. So if you can get back to us with a couple of those bits, but congratulations on your invention. I can't wait to see whatever that is. I keep seeing the skin for some reason, Christy. I don't know why. This is so random. I don't know what your invention is, but it's something to do with beautiful skin. I'm seeing to tell you, okay? And gosh, I'll write that down, what that is to do with. Maybe that's something else that you're into, but I'm not sure what that is. All right. So let's have a look here. All right, we've got Hayley Kelman. All right, I think I told you. Hi, Hayley. I think I told you. Oh, there we go. She's there again. I think you came a few times, so I definitely told her to come at the beginning. Always come at the beginning of the session because I do tend to go through things in order. I'm going to go for a fair while tonight. I'm not sure of the time right now.
It's 53.
So I'm probably going to go for another 20-25 minutes and then we'll do the meditation because I'm just loving this. But I do have to watch my energy levels for later. It's like focusing, like you've just done an exam or something, even though it's a happy one. So I don't generally focus this hard, just lazing about on the Sunday night. But I'll try to get to at least 5 or 6 more of you. So keep asking. Like I said, I'll try to come back and I'll definitely come back and do things over the next 2 months. If you haven't had a like or something on your comment in the next week or so, and you haven't been talked to on the video, then please do rewrite your question. Okay, I'm going to try keep a good a track as possible. And when you come in to the next live, I think which is August, let me have a quick look. Yeah, Sunday 19th of August, it's up on the Spiritual Tourist events. You can also do, I think on the right hand screen when you're first watching the video, you can do a turn on notifications when I come live, because I might do the old one when I can, even though it's not scheduled, and just sort of come in with whoever's live at that point. Would usually be a weekend. So when you come into that next Facebook on the 19th of August, it's a fair ways away, and I would be very sorry to not get to your comment and answer you, but ultimately tell us you've tried to talk to us, okay, and we'll prioritise your question for you. All right, so Hayley Kelman, any messages, any additions to your family? I see a little girl. I'm not sure if you already have children, Hayley. Don't know anything about you, or I've got medium Asia, one of the two. Okay. Oh, hang on. I've just got to read Vicky Webster, I think. Hang on, I'll come back to you. Sorry to go around like this, Hayley, but just had a light bulb moment. Oh, okay, so Vicky Webster, who we thought had the new man, all right? She's just remembered that 4 or 5 years ago she helped him with a ute that he redid. So it could be the ute from the past and the present. Yes, okay, so it's not a new one. Look, I still have the same answer if you want to move on, but look, it could work with him. I'm saying he does love you, okay? So look, at the end of the day, keep going. Say how you feel to him. Say what you need. Figure out what you need. I see it potentially working out. So you did remember the ute. I know, random things, isn't it? Random things to identify which one I'm talking about. But you did redo a ute with him, so yeah, that's definitely your current fellow that I saw in your future. Alright, so let's have a look. I think we had a little bit from Christy. You've been finishing off your parents' house for your mum after your father passed. Wow, what a validator. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've just got to sit on that for a sec, so I'm just holding the comment there. Wow, so that's a huge validator, because I saw that. Wow, I'm just so glad your dad came through for you tonight, and you've asked about something else. And you're telling us your invention is a plumbing component, but you do make skincare products also. Oh, great. You're welcome, Christy, you're welcome. All right, so you have to put a link of your beautiful products. It's nice skin. I might have to try some actually, Christy, if you've got some beauty products for sale there. Wonderful validation. Oh gosh, he's all around you, and it's when we need them. It's not all the time. It's a bit of telepathy. It's like I said, there's a privacy act. If you feel that you're not up to that tonight, or you're having a private moment with a fellow or something, and you say no, shut the door. Okay, my mum actually doesn't let us ghost hunt anywhere near her, and we can't get the ghost to come near her, so there seems to be some free will and choice involved. Alright, so that's great. Some great validations tonight of the afterlife, and that our future, and the same place I'm seeing your details of your lives and what's upcoming for you is the same place that tells me it's not set. Fate is not set. So that will bring us into the meditation in a moment. All right, back to you, Hayley, finally. Okay, made you wait again, Hayley, sorry. Any more additions? I kept seeing a little girl. Okay, do you know if Hayley got back to us with the little girl? Because I had mentioned that.
Which family?
Oh, you have 2 boys. Okay, no, I got it.
Okay.
Are you welcome, Vicky? Okay, so Haley, wow. So this tells me yes, because I see a little girl, and that's so interesting that you've already got the boys, because that's just an instant answer for you, isn't it? Like I said, I'm not medically trained. Definitely go with what you feel and what you feel financially. I'm seeing a new vehicle around this as well. So I'm not sure how you relate to looking at a new vehicle. I'm looking at, more space in general to do with that 3rd child. It's something that I am seeing a partner around you, okay? So I do see definitely that definitely that you've got a supportive partner, which is absolutely fabulous. And look, there may be a bit of conversation of talking people into this, but I think you'll cope. Please tell me she'll be calm. Oh, you just got a new car. Wonderful, wonderful. So this must be anytime you like. Like I said, I'm not medically trained. I do see this happening naturally, but look, always get things checked if you're not sure. But I see it around the now. So I would ask you if you are trying at the moment or if this is a conversation still. This is pretty much, I'm seeing this fairly immediate because you've validated the car. All right, so let us know about that. I do see lighter hair on this girl. I see her being, I wouldn't call her calm, but I wouldn't call her over the top either. I wouldn't say she's manic or anything, okay? She's definitely delightful. Delightful's the word. I'm seeing her being a glowy girl who loves movement, who loves dance, who just loves to move a lot. Okay, but I'm seeing her being very polite. She's a nice person. Okay, so there's not like the boy feel. I've had a boy who's a lovely 21-year-old. He was actually quite a miracle growing up, but I've been around a lot of kids, and I can understand that, with 2 boys, it's a lot of, play fighting, I guess is the word. And definitely, okay, so you're not trying at the moment. The 2 boys make you scared. Okay, look, it's free will and choice. There's a girl around things. Look, you can choose to go with that, or you can choose not to. There's always other choices for those souls. Okay, not to get into too much of a backstory, but we chose no to children, and I'm a bit old now to have kids, and we got married a few years ago. And look, ultimately, it's souls that were around me. And look, they're not around me now. It's a lot of free will and choice. There really is no should, sweetie. So if you feel you want to go for that, then I see a girl. All right. So I do see like the joy around the new car. I'm seeing something to do with the screen on that car. So I'm not sure if this is a TV or if it's like the GPS thing in the middle. It's quite nice. I'm seeing a bit of abundance around you as well. So, and your partner. I'm not sure if he's high up and to do with what he has in regard to work. Oh, you feel you've seen the little girl, Haley. Wow. Oh, no, it's always with choice, sweetheart. Even when it's an accident, it's partly our choice. It's the whole book I'm writing at the moment about fate, which I'm calling The New Human. It's not quite like Google. I was going to call it Finding Fate, but I think it's actually beyond that. I think it's actually something that's happening to a lot of us, and deja vu. I don't know if you've all been getting a lot of deja vu. But anyway, I'll leave it to the other platforms for that. So I believe you do have choice, Haley, and it's up to you. If you have that heartfelt yearning, then I do feel you'll cope. See what you want to do. It's up to partner as well, of course. But I'm seeing a lot of abundance. I'm seeing some more money coming in through your partner. I'm not sure if you work as well, but I see him working. And yeah, we do have a fur baby, Jane. Yeah, she's enough. We're like, yeah. So, yeah, so you've got that with your husband or your partner, and yeah, I see you agreeing with that. So you've got your dad and your grandparents around you as well. I'm seeing an auntie, okay? It's not someone you've mentioned. You've just mentioned your dad and your grandparents, okay? So you've given me a bit of information, which is fine. You've had an auntie pass as well. I'm going to put this here as a question mark. It's an older lady to the side, okay? Look, there may be, the grandparents there as well, but did the grandparents have a daughter pass, okay? That's what I would ask you, because she's there as well, All right. Is there a lady still here that's an auntie to you or even married into the family somehow? Funnily enough, I keep hearing a male name of the name of Glenn around you, Hayley. All right. So there's a couple of bits for you to get back to us on that. It'll be somewhere, and I'm not predicting a passing, but I do keep seeing that they're talking about their daughter, okay, that's with them. This may be something that happened a long time ago. There wasn't maybe that talked about. I don't know if you can access any of the family records, but there's something to do with the name of Glenn. It could be shortened for something as well. Look back in the family history, Hayley. It's worth a look-see, okay? I don't know if you have access to a family member who would know that. Yeah, so your grandparents' daughter is your mum. It's not a prediction of the passing they've just told me. It's someone already passed. Ask, did your mum have a sister still here? I love how you're getting back to us pretty quick. Because you're not quite sure what this is, and this... your aunt had a son, Glenn, who passed. Wow. Okay, so your aunt had a son who was Glenn who passed. Oh my gosh, wow. This is where you get me. Wow. Yeah, okay. So Glenn passed, and it's for your aunt because she had that son. Wow. Wow. So I'm not sure if you talked to your aunt or... Wow. Wow. They're all there, yes, but that is such a huge validator for you and for me. Wow. 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 I can stop saying wow. Oh, it just gets me. I'll have a bit of a cry later that the afterlife's all real yet again. Validation after validation after validation. Wow. Okay. So look, that's something you may want to talk to Mum about. I'm not sure if she's into readings, but if you mention Glenn, that's pretty incredible. We're actually going to also be taking some of the videos that we've done live and actually just doing little bits. Okay, so if you see your little bit, you're welcome to download it. We're going to make it downloadable for free, and you just right click and look, you know, we'll put up a little blurb on how you can do that. So if you see that it's your one, you can actually access that and show family if you like. So wow. I'm just blown away. I'm writing a link to Daniel's question down. They're definitely around you. I think that was your question, Hayley. Definitely around you. Yeah, rough passing. I'd say Glenn was well before his time. Wow. Yeah, so maybe even play them this bit of the video, Hayley, because, you know, it's very genuine. Yeah, your dad's fine. They're in a beautiful place. It's I don't know if any of you are into Lord of the Rings. My son was very into that. Gandalf talks about the afterlife at one point, and the silver glass and everything peels back to the beautiful, beautiful sunrise. It's a beautiful place, the afterlife. I want to revisit with you, Christy, just any messages from Mum, and then I'll go to Alinta. To do with Dad, and we had the validator originally of you going and doing things to the house to do with you and Mum, and her there to do with babysitting. I'm not sure if she's working. Okay, I did see Mum working or not working now or not working upcoming. He's saying she works too hard. I'm not sure why he's saying that. To do with Mum, okay? And maybe she worries a bit to do with things. I'm seeing a few items she would still have to do with him. I don't see her having moved much. So yeah, it's definitely about work-life balance. I actually almost had an argument with someone on that today on the Spiritual Tourist page. A dear, lovely man called James Egnor. Yes, James, if you're watching this, or you do later. It was all miserable about everything, but ultimately it is work-life balance. That is the answer. Definitely the answer to that. So, hi Chi-Chi. Let's have a look here. Alinta wants to hear from her Irish grandparents, and then I'll look at Kylie as well. Kylie Breherton, I think, career and relationship. I just wanted to do a few medium type readings. So Alinta, okay. I'm not sure. Your name's very familiar. I'm not sure if I've read you Medium Asia totally. So I'm starting again. I keep seeing, look, I know you've said Irish, but I keep seeing that four-leaf clover, okay, and I'm seeing a family crest. So I'm not sure if you have, I don't know if Daniels has a crest to do with that. Look, I'm Mackenzie and it's Scottish, but I'm actually seeing some sort of symbol to do with the family heritage, to do with your grandparents. I'm also seeing something to do with a visit to Ireland as well. Oh, so you talk sometimes, okay. So there's definitely perhaps a visit to do with Ireland. Muldoon. Yeah, okay. So that would be a significant name, Muldoon. I keep hearing it like it's Irish. I'm seeing lots of joy around the trip, actually. I don't know if you've gone there or you're thinking about it. This is a future trip, whether you've gone there or not. And, wow, I'm seeing a lot of dancing. Got a yelp. And definitely, oh gosh, a lot of joy around that. Look, you haven't asked me about this, but I'm seeing a sun for some reason around you. Do you have a sun, Alinta? Yeah, Irish dancing. I don't know if they call it the polka or what it is, but it's yeah, I can't quite sing the tune, but it's upbeat. Upbeat to say the least, that dancing. So do you have a son, Alinta? You've been wanting to go on the trip, been looking into it. Well, look, your loved ones know about it around you, and the ones still here as well, and definitely something that you'll enjoy. I'm seeing you seeing where some people have been put to rest in like a cemetery. All right, no kids just yet. We'll see where the sun comes in. You'll have to let me know. We'll see. We'll see. I would predict children then. So definitely you've got that trip there. It's whenever your reality allows that or your timing, but it's in the future, and a big yes on that. And seeing like I said, a place where people have been put to rest, so like a gravesite, it's got stones there. It looks quite old, this place, and I think you'll find a lot of family history there as well, Alinta. So I don't know, gosh, about the kids. It's always up to you in this modern day age, ladies. So let's look for you. So I'd love to hear how you go. I'm not sure, I'm not seeing the rest of it, whether you're in a relationship or not, Alinta, but definitely some good stuff for you upcoming. I'm looking forward for you for the trip. Like, I'm excited for you. It looks really, really lovely. So I'm going to just finish with 3 more. So like I said, you can keep asking your questions and I will try to get to them in the next couple of months, but I will acknowledge your comment in the next week or so and just rewrite it if you haven't been answered or liked or whatever on the comment. Okay, so I've got Kylie. Alright, so let's have a look at Kylie. I'm actually going to go with you, Wendy Ward. Will I sell the house? I believe you asked. Let's have a look. Okay. Big yes. Let's validate that big yes. Sometimes it's a wait. I mean, ultimately people do sell their house. Look, I do see a for sale sign up. So I'm not sure if you've actually already got one up. I don't remember this from other readings with you, Wendy, in regard to you having decided selling the house or not. I don't remember that at least. I don't know if it came up. I think it did as a potential. And but a big yes. I keep seeing, gosh, hundreds of thousands of dollars of profit. Definitely something that I would say, I keep seeing the number 6 for some reason. Definitely, it's, gosh, it's the 6th of a month. I know we're in June, but it's not necessarily this minute. It's the 6th of a month. Note that down, Wendy. You're very good at getting back to me. 6th of a month. I want to give you a little bit more. I'm not sure if you're looking at an auction. I do see that potential to do with the sale of a home. I keep seeing white walls. Okay, so there'd be white walls to do with your place you're selling or the one you're going into or that you're looking at I'm also seeing an investment, Wendy. So I'm seeing a lot of abundance around things. Are you welcome, Wendy? But get back to me about the 6th of a month, okay? Because there's something to do with something finalising, seeing paperwork and it's got, and you're writing the 6th or it's typed as well on other bits of paper. There's lots of bits of paper and it's something that you definitely will be very happy about, okay? So big yes. But hopefully you can validate the 6th of a month. Okay. Even if you inbox your validation, sometimes it's hard to find the video that you were on and things, and you just say, look, you read me, and try remember the month at least that I read you, and I'll relate it back to this video, and I can type up a bit of a comment on that. Because this is a big experiment for me. I mean, that's why I don't charge money for this in regard to the free live videos. The stage shows, you know, like I said, are all going into making this all a non-profit, because I actually just want to know more about it all by experimenting on you all. So let's look at Alison Trindle. Hi, Alison. I do remember a couple of readings I've given Alison a while ago now, probably a year, I would say, the last one maybe, and I did have a great validation from her because I saw her in a new workplace in one of the readings, and she had all these wires coming out of the walls and everything, and that happened to her. She got moved, and that's what happened. So let's look, Alison, at you. Just having a general sort of look. I see an older male to you that's passed. I feel like a 7-year gap or 7-year difference, or he passed. I don't know. I feel like it's sooner than 7 years ago that he passed. But I'm not sure who you would relate that to, whether that would be a brother or in-law. It's someone to the side of you, but a 7-year difference. That's actually a bit unusual for someone to tell me that. So see where that lands, Alison. It may be similar people coming through, I'm not sure. Just be open-minded to who's 7 years gap to you. This could be a sibling still here. I'm not how you relate to the 7-year gap, okay? I feel like you're younger. You're the younger by 7 years. And this is to do with a male, I'm feeling, who's passed, okay? I'm seeing you in a supervisory position. I'm not sure if this has happened already or if this is upcoming for you, Alison. It's up to you. I'm seeing your daughter as well. I'm seeing something to do with someone having a car and a license. I don't think that's your daughter. That's possibly your son. Or even to do with you. It's definitely all these different things I'm seeing. Look, I would say it's your brother. I know logically that I have read your brother to come through, but think about the 7-year age gap, Alison, for us, and that's something to do with, gosh, like I said, it's not 7 years ago. It's turning the heater on and off when I do that. But it's a 7-year difference, okay? Something to do with an age difference. I'm seeing an ex-partner to you, Alison, who's around a lot. I feel like he's got grey hair in his hair, or I'm seeing grey hair. And look, he's still interested in you. I don't know if he's moved on or what that's about, but he's definitely around a lot. And I feel this associated with your daughter. Okay, so look, see where all that lands, but I definitely see some increase in promotion and money in regard to, you have your license, congratulations. So that's great, okay, so that was you getting your license. Okay, so there's a vehicle around that as well. Look, I'm seeing the odd repair. Look, what card doesn't? So it's nothing to freak out about or stress, but definitely something that just keeping an eye on the tread, on the tyres and that sort of stuff around your vehicle. So I'm not sure if you have a vehicle at the moment or if you're looking for one, but this looks to me like you're pretty happy with it, okay? Because you've got your freedom and all the rest of it, so. Very nice, Alison. Okay, so we've got Kylie. After Kylie, I'm going to go into the meditation. And I'll get to other comments in the next sort of couple of months, but I'll acknowledge them in the next week. Okay. So Kylie, career, relationships. I'm not sure if you're still online, Kylie. You were here at the beginning. So I keep hearing the number 12 in regard to you. I'm just going to see what that's to do with. I feel this is some sort of pay rise, like $12,000. This is quite good. You might expect more, though. I don't know what you're coming in with your expectation in regard to that. Oh, your car needs new tyres, Alison. Okay. Keep an eye on the tyres. Get new tyres. Tyres are your best friend. I'm not seeing any problems, but yeah, you keep an eye on them. Okay. Oh, you're great. You're there, Kylie. Great. So I'm seeing something to do with $12,000 increase to do with career or income. Okay, so if you can relate back to us on the comments how you relate to that, you're welcome, Alison. How you relate to that $12,000 figure. Sounds nice to me. So that tells me an improvement to do with career. I'm not sure if you're even working at the moment. I mean, I'm not coming in knowing the whole situation that you've got going on there, but it's an improvement. Okay, so that would either, if you're expecting a particular amount, it's 12,000 beyond that amount. Look, I keep seeing desks. I do see things that are more of an office environment. Okay, so if you can validate what sort of work you're in or career that you're looking at, doesn't mean that you're admin, but I do see computers and office environment involved with that. See if Kylie gets back to us. Get back to us, Alison, on the 7 years difference. So, gosh, I don't know how many I've read tonight.
It's a lot. Usually some more.
25. We've got some more if we wanted. More and more and more. I was also got a whole book here, but I'm trying to read you more live. So definitely come back on the next live because you're going to have more chance of having that reading. It's just because there's a lot of you. No one's more important than anyone else. I am going with a few names I've seen asked several times, so I know that they've already been doing the hard yards. I've still got quite a few that I will answer, and look, maybe I'll even do it on comments. Renee Daly, look, Lana Baird, David Watkins, Katrina Hampton. There's a lot of you. Mushme, Christine Grant. It's 4 or 5 pages of those questions, and then there's also we had some, and also the new ones. So you're in out of school hours care, so it won't change in wage. All right. It's not the end of the road for you, Kylie. I'd say you're not in your last stop in life, okay? Okay, so you want to ask about your friend's mum as well. All right, let's do that, Kylie. Friend's mum. With work, though, it's not the end of the road. I don't think this is the job that you'll have for the rest of your life, potentially. So be open to opportunities. I mean, I'm open to new opportunities if you want to improve your lot to do with career. Okay? I'm not sure if you thought of teaching yourself or what you thought of doing, but there could be a little bit of study around you as well. Let's have a look here. Kylie, I keep hearing a Kurt type initial, like I don't know whether it's a Karen with a. It's like a cat type name to do with. I'm not sure if this is your friend's mum, okay, but I keep hearing the name Karen. Okay, look, I really can't get around what other name that would be. So you want a whole new change, Kylie? Yes, see. It's not the end of the road, so you've had good news then. I'm glad it's good news because it's very important to, definitely look at that free will and choice because, I mean, I've had a lot of readings in my time from others, and when you get something that's a bit negative, it can really influence in that to be negative, and that's no good at all. It's definitely something where I did see that there is that $12,000 increase for you, so that if you can't get where you're at, would tell me that you've got a new opportunity. That affirmation, I'm open to new opportunities, will really help to bring these things in a little bit quicker for you. But it was coming towards you anyway, Kylie. I'm just the reader. You're manifesting it. So I'm not sure how that name Karen relates to your friend's mum. Because you talk, about. Okay, so you're validating the death in the work environment. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there was the name Karen, so let's see where that lands. Okay. Let us know in the comments, and I'll look back later, Kylie. All right. So that's pretty much everyone coming back. I think the most mind-blowing one for me was Glenn that came through to do with the auntie. Okay, I had mixed it up a little bit. I love that you validated that name for me, Glenn, because I didn't know if the auntie had passed or Glenn, but then I was hearing the man's name, so that was him saying that. It is all very quick. There's hundreds of you watching by the end of this and thousands later, so I can feel you all. We're going to go into the meditation now. Like I said, I've got a lot of other questions and things, so we'll look at the comments, but we'll look at the meditation now. I tend to sort of close off when my energy's a bit done in regard to that focus of the reading, but I love it. I love it. Make sure you press the notifications for when I go live, because I will be answering things just randomly when I have time and when I miss it. So you will see me before the next 2 months, but I guarantee you that on the 19th of August we'll be back again. So the meditation's a lovely experience. It'll probably go for 5-10 minutes. If you wanted to come back and watch this later, then that's great. But if you want to sit with us now, we'll go ahead and look into that. So we've got... Alright, I have to wear my glasses. Alright, so love meditation. This is a bit about imprinting our thoughts, okay? So this is going to be one more, a bit of a group. We've done all different ones throughout the last few lives, and they've been more centrally focused on the individual. This is one about more sort of giving out love, okay, to others. This can increase your own positivity, though, and then drawing good things. So this helps us as well. Okay, so I love to start with just breathing at first and just relaxing. So close your eyes, find somewhere comfy, take a bit of a breath, let the day go, let all the problems go, just let them fall into the ground, where the earth loves our rubbish and our manure and reuses it. I love to use the 6-3-6-3 breathing. What that means is breathing in for 6 counts, holding for 3, and breathing out for 6. So we'll do a bit of that, and then we'll start the meditation. So we breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold 2, 3, and out, and hold, and then in 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you're breathing, catching your breath, just relaxing, visualize your ankles relaxing up into your lower legs, and then your knees, up into your thighs and your chest area. Just letting it all go. Up into your neck. Oh, I need it in my shoulders. Up through the head. Just visualizing everything falling into the earth that you don't need anymore. Now we're going to visualize a garden. It's a beautiful garden. It has green grass. It has trees in the distance. Beautiful flowers all throughout the grass. Yellow, pink, orange, purple. All the colours of the rainbow. And as you walk through this field, you're going toward the edge of the tree line. It's a massive field, and you get to absorb all those colours from the flowers. Take a note in your mind which flowers you were drawn to and which colours came into you most, and love to hear comments afterward, because I'll do some interpretation of your meditation as well. And you're going through this field, just letting the light, there's heaps of sunlight around you, there's heaps of golden light coming from the sky. It doesn't hurt your eyes though, or your skin. You're going toward the tree line, a bit of a mystery what's on the other side of the tree line. You're still absorbing all those beautiful colours from the flowers. Now you reach the trees, and you're going to go through the trees. And on the other side of the trees, it's not a big tree line, you see a cliff. It's a good cliff. It's a little bit further away, 20 feet. And there's green grass, and it's a beautiful, beautiful cliff. And there's a chair, there's a nice bench. Not 10 feet from the edge, perhaps. And you go and sit on the chair, on the bench. Mine has padding. I'm making mine quite comfortable. And you look out over, there's the ocean. And it's a beautiful ocean, it's a beautiful day. And you look out and you see the other countries of the world. You even see part of your own country if you like. If you're in Australia, you can see LA, you can see United States, you can see London, Europe, Mesopotamia, Nepal, you can see all these other places, wherever that is. Wherever that is. And you can see what's happening there, and I'm not sure what's happening there. It could be Syria that you're looking at, or somewhere that's in upheaval. It might be somewhere beautiful that you want to visit instead. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually come together in this meditation. So this is a bit like what they call dream sharing, or meditation sharing, I will name this. And I'm going to see all of you in a circle to do with this huge, huge, huge space on the cliff that's just endless, it's infinite. And there's many people that watch this later or do this meditation with us now and later, and it doesn't matter when, you'll all add to that group and we'll visualize and we'll hold hands. Okay, so let's all hold hands. And this is in love, and this is in strength and gathering love. So we're going to give love out into the world. And we're going to see what happens. And this is where I'd love your feedback on the comments and your interpretation. So we're holding hands and we're going to give love to the world. I don't want to influence you too much, but I'm giving Donald Trump love. Okay? Don't hang me. I'm giving Kim Jong-un love. I'm giving the leaders of the world, full stop, all of them love. I'm giving people love in their heart so that they can make heartfelt decisions. Okay? So that we can help them with that. And love is the answer. Trying to do a controlled prayer is not going to work. It's like mum telling me what to do. I don't want to hear it. Love. Love is what gets people, okay? We want to give them all love. We want to give any sort of strife we see out there. On my shore, I can see on the other side, I can see all sorts of earth changes. I can see weather patterns. I'm giving the earth love. Wherever is needed for love, and I'll just let you sit there for a little while and visualize whatever you see for yourselves, and get back to me on comments after. Seeing love and light coming from the group to all the situations that you're observing. And it's coming from thousands of people now, I can see. So many people with us in this circle. And puppies. Oh, she's over there. So we keep giving love, and the light comes through us into the rest of the world, wherever it's needed. And when you're ready, you can pause this if you'd like to stay longer in the energies of the sharing. But for those of you ready to leave now, we'll let go of the hands, say thank you to all. And we walk back through the forest, through the tree line, into our beautiful meadow. A big, big, big meadow, absorbing all the colours of the rainbow as we go through. Beautiful sunlight, rejuvenating us. Before we get to the end of the field, let's give all our problems to the earth as well. So we're going to find a nice spot in the field. Just sit down. I generally can't bounce and sit down like that, but I'm visualizing I'm all perfect. And I'm bouncing down like when I was 10 and crossing my legs and visualizing all my problems going into the earth. Any worries, any grief, asking for healing and letting go with love and light and ease and grace. When we give out love, it can quite often raise our vibration, and therefore it can cause and create different parts that need to be let go. I'm actually getting quite a big pain in my back right now that I'm letting go of. Okay, so we want to let go with ease and grace. This may even take a few days to drink a bit of water, ground yourself, eat well. Letting those colours come into us as well as we let go. I also see a beautiful golden colour coming into us all now with the sunlight coming in from the sun. Like I said, it's got no UV, it's not hurting us, it's just coming in through our eyes, through our tops of our heads, through our crown chakras there, and coming in and filling us all up with this golden and beautiful twinkly light from the sun. And we bring that in through our bodies and down into the earth as well, filling up all the gaps where our old stuff was, ready for the new. And let's affirm, we say goodbye to the past and hello to the new, the abundance of the new, the joy of the new, the love of the new. I deserve the new. And so it is. So we come into the field. Again, you can pause and stay with the colours for longer if you like, but those who are ready to go, we're going to walk over to the end of the nature scene, and then when you're ready, just open your eyes, come back to us. A bit of a stretch. So these are impromptu meditations. I keep a copy of, like I said, these videos and various other bits and bobs I'm going to be just editing and putting out as individual things. I'll also be doing very smooth and swept up versions of these meditations. I actually intuited some of that on the go, as it were, as I'm talking to you. I love to work that way, a bit of half-half, where I come in with some information but definitely then create more live. So thank you so much for coming tonight. Don't forget thespiritualtourist.com.au. We are going non-profit completely, including private readings and everything. So stay tuned, big changes. We want to know. We want to know what you think. So I'm thinking if there's anything else to tell everyone. We're still working on some ghost videos. We'll be publishing those. And gosh, what else? North Right. RSL, there's an in-person stage show. Please come along. Tickets are only $26 and all funds will be used to create the non-profit. And that's the North Right RSL, and you can go to our website, thespiritualtourist.com.au. So, thank you so much for coming, and I will see you next time. Take care all. Bye. There we go.